from one dead money guy to another. This is police officer Brian Watkins.
Yes.
He was one of the most animated players throughout the tournament.
And nothing gets the blood flowing, Lon, like an all-in hand that is decided on the river.
We pick up this next hand between Watkins and veteran player Mark Grigorich at the flop. It is King 4-3.
Giving Grigorich a pair of kings, better than Watkins' tens.
Watkins, some of the dead money that came into the tournament, and Grigorich
goes all in.
Wow. Not a bad move, I guess, this late in the tournament for the guy, with a huge advantage here in this hand.
Watkins wants to know how much Grigorich has. It's just under 30,000. If Grigorich loses, he's out of this.
29-6.
They do say 29-6.
If I knew this guy were a cop, I wouldn't be a criminal.
I think he called.
Yes, he has called.
Everybody in the room knows he called.
So it's the tens against the kings, but a king comes on the turn, and now Grigorich way ahead in the hand with three kings. Only a 10 would save the cop.
And there it is.
Yes.
Brian Watkins and, more importantly, Mark Grigorich cannot believe that 10 came down.
They should be bringing over a stretcher to take Mark Grigorich out of here.
The first player to be on the wrong end of the all-in was Ray First. He lasted only 11 minutes.
Knockout blow for probably the best player left in the tournament.
Oh, amazing. Phil Ivey loses with a full house to a better full house of Chris Moneymaker. That was Phil Ivey's exit. On one of the most dramatic all-ins of the tournament, he became the last man eliminated before the final table. But before that, he was involved in another amazing and extremely entertaining all-in. We pick up the action on the flop with Ivey against two heavy hitters, Bruno Fitoussi and Freddie Deeb. And here comes the flop. It is 3, 10, and 7.
The underdog becomes the big dog. 3 sevens for Phil Ivey. So he is now the overwhelming favorite among these three players.
And he indeed does raise with his 3 sevens, and the action goes over to Freddie Deeb,
who can't figure out what's happened. He has the pocket kings, and now all of a sudden he's got a bet and a raise in front of him, and he would have thought the kings were best. Oh, Freddie Deeb stacking them up.
He's counting them.
I'm on at 159.
And he is going to go all in.
An efficient all in. He tells you exactly how much he has left. Very customer friendly. Bruno Fitoussi gets rid of the Jack 10, and quickly Phil Ivey has called.
And the pot size up to 489,000, and all the cards on the table. And now Deeb knows that Ivey has a set of sevens.
I don't think he plays it with 3 sevens.
He's not happy to see that. And he's all in. He'll be out of the tournament unless he wins this pot, and he's going to need a king.
And there's a turn, and there's the king. Oh.
He immediately takes the lead in the hand.
I don't think he raised it with a set of sevens, you know?
Well, now only a 7 will bring this pot back to Phil Ivey.
Send it, baby.
Here comes the river. It's a 9, and it's not going to do it for Phil Ivey, and so Freddie Deeb pulls it out of the stack.
120, 150, 159. 159.
All right, relax, relax.
I'm excited, baby. I'm sorry.
I understand.
A little testy is Phil Ivey.
159.
Well, a big boost to Freddie Deeb.
Must be the shirt.
You're still here tomorrow. I'll loan you the shirt, and I'll wear another one.
I don't think Phil wants that shirt. Of course, I'd wear it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, okay. You're gonna have to pay me something.
The all-in was fun for Freddie Deeb there, but a few hands later, the all-in would bite back.
Freddie Deeb has been eliminated. He's our first.
Deeb had a few parting thoughts. after being eliminated by Dan Harrington. But when it comes to painful losses, few could match the back-to-back all-in hands Phil Hellmuth was involved in.
Late on day 4, with only 27 players left in the tournament, we pick up the first of 2 straight hands with Hellmuth up against an all-in Jason Lester. And both players are set to reveal what they have.
Just queens.
Just queens? Just queens beats just jacks.
I thought it was jacks.
Well, that number next to Hellmuth's name is the percentage that player will have the best hand should they stay in play. The pot size, you see, 328,000.
It is going to take a jack now for Jason Lester to remain in this tournament.
What a jack up there.
The flop comes out 2, king, and 8, 3 spades.
The spades are not a factor. Lester still in search of a jack.
Turn cards at 5.
No help 5. That actually decreases Jason Lester's chances.
It's down to 1 card, and it has to be a jack.
And it is. Oh, the longest shot comes through.
It's unbelievable. What a hand.
Oh, indeed, what a hand. And a shock to Phil Hellmuth.
Nice hand.
Why do people say nice hand when they don't mean it?
Jason Lester over 300,000.
All the house now knows that Jason Lester has 300,000. He can hardly believe it.
80,000.
Phil Hellmuth, a little bit of trouble, nearly drowning on the river against Jason Lester.
I had it figured just right. I knew he had jacks.
Phil may be in his best interest to sit out of this hand after that big loss, but ace-king can't be ignored.
No, you often, after a bad beat, will show some bad judgment in the next hand trying to get it back, but you're going to be playing ace-king.
Tomer Benvenisti looking at 2 10s. And he will play. Raises 25,000.
I'm all in.
And Phil Hellmuth moves all in.
Did he say he has how much left?
Phil Hellmuth usually asking the other player how much he has left. Does not like to be in the position where he has to count out his chips, and they're not many.
I call.
So Tomer Benvenisti is going to call. The all-in of Phil Hellmuth. And this could be the end of the day. The pot size, 178,000.
And Phil Hellmuth now is going to need an ace or a king to come out to take the lead.
Jack 3-7, no help. Benvenisti, the overwhelming favorite with the 10s. Another jack on the turn.
And Phil Hellmuth is down to his last card. He needs it to be an ace or a king, else he is done in the 2003 World Series of Poker.
Here comes the river. It is another jack. No help. Phil Hellmuth has been eliminated.
Nick the Greek
Good luck, everyone.
once said that the next best thing to gambling and winning is gambling and losing. I don't believe Phil Hellmuth has ever thought that to be true.